Boom, there it is. All right, folks, welcome to the Mañana morning check-in. Today is Friday. Today is January 14th, 2022. Woo. Um, Fridays have a special place in my heart. And that's because Fridays, and I say this all the time, you guys get tired of hearing about, but Fridays is my mentorship breakfast with my son, who is 14. And life gets busy. And to be able to take that 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it turns out to be, and just get them alone. We do a devotional. I go through the Leader's Heart with John Maxwell. I've got a daily Kairos prayer journal that I like to do on a daily basis. And then since Pedro Adeo's doing that Proverbs challenge this whole month, I thought it would be a good opportunity to kind of break out this John Maxwell Leadership Bible that I have and go over, a little piece of Proverbs with my son. Now, he's not doing the Proverbs challenge with me, but we are doing, I'm doing the Proverbs challenge with Pedro Adeo and the 100X people. And so like today is Proverbs 14, and like Proverbs 14:29, he who is slow to wrath has great understanding, but he who is impulsive exalts folly. And it's just a word of wisdom. Take your time. Don't freak out on people. Don't lose your stuff. Stay smart, right? Verse 25, a true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. And, you hear these things and you go, oh yeah, well, that's obvious. When you study words like this, when you study stuff in this area, it does provide wisdom. It does provide the ability to think more clearly, more calmly. And I really enjoy those moments. Proverbs 14:4 says, where no oxen are, the trough is clean, but much increase comes by the strength of an ox. And that's kind of a funny one, right? Because let's face facts, right? Who wants to clean up ox poop? Who wants to clean up horse poop? Who wants to clean up, the stalls? They got to muck the stalls, right? Have you heard that before? You got to muck the stalls. We used to work with a ranch in New Mexico with helping kids ride horses, right? At-risk youth would get to go and ride horses. Heidi used to work at a thing called Camp Idrahaji, which is still around, and that's in Bailey, Colorado. Again, it's like a horse camp. It's a camp that has horses for kids. And, having horses around is great. Is there work that can be done? Is there productivity that can be done? Is there an advantage to having a beast of burden that can carry some of the weight for you? Absolutely. But what comes with that benefit? A stall full of poop, right? And so what it's saying is a clean stall, it might be nice to see a clean stall, but that clean stall is not lending itself to productivity, right? And so, every now and then we got to carry a little crap in our lives to stay productive and to keep moving forward. And these are just the things that, that give my heart a good place to be. So here we are, Friday, the 14th. Next week is a big week. Next week is, I'm hitting the road. I'm hopping in that black van and I'm driving to Las Vegas. I'm going to hang out and go to the AIM Expo. I've already paid for the ticket. I will be there. The COVID is gone. You can hear I'm actually talking and speaking now without coughing and hacking like I was a week ago. Feel pretty good. Energy wise is good. The recovery has taken longer than I hoped it would, but I do feel really good. Feel really good. My voice is still a little down in the mumps there, but health wise, I feel really good. And so headed out to Vegas. We're going to see as many people as we can. We're going to shake as many hands as we can. I need to meet people that make decisions in the power sports industry, period. So if you know anybody in the power sports industry that's going to be at the AIM Expo, hit me up, man. Tell me what booth they're going to be at, how you know them, how you think we'd be best, acquainted to get in touch with each other, how to break that ice. And I will do my best to meet and greet absolutely everybody that gets emailed to me or referred to me to go and see at the show. I think it's huge. I personally believe that every company that has a product or service in the power sports industry needs at least 3 courses, 3 online courses, right? So one is features and benefits, how to sell your product or service to the people, right? So we need to have a course that tells people in the field how to best sell your product to people that are going to use it. The next thing is application and installation, right? Whether it's a product or a service, we need to have a course that shows people in the field the proper application or the proper installation, pardon me, of your product or service. And then the last course would be, maintenance or repair, right? So how do technicians or service writers address the maintenance or repair of your product or service, right? And so if you think about it in those terms, if you break things into those three basic categories, and then you say, well, where am I going to put that? How am I going to host that? How am I going to manage that? How am I going to provide customer service to people that might have problems with the online learning? How do I always thought having online training would be important, but I'm not a web guy. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to burden me or anyone in my company with having to manage this thing. And I can't pay another company $100,000 a year to host 3 courses, right? So that's where the Power Sport Academy comes in. And I'm so happy to be able to make this available for people. But, over time, I want to grow the Power Sport Academy into a working library of products and services in the motorcycle industry. So it's kind of a one-stop shop where service writers going, oh crap, customer asked me about these saddlebags, right? Boom, they can go in there and they can say, okay, well, here's a course on these saddlebags. Here's the features and benefits. This is how much it costs compared to others. This is the benefit. It mounts this way, right? It's a soft bag. It's a hard bag. It's got an external skeleton, right? It's got an external brace, or it's got an internal brace, or whatever, right? But there'll be details in that course that help them relay those features and benefits to the customer, helps them make the sale. And then after that will be like, they order the product, and then a lot of times you pull the product out of the box and you go, oh, great, where are the directions? Or these directions don't fit this unit, or something along those lines. And how cool will that be when the service writer can say to the technician, oh, hold on, I got a quick 15-minute video on how to install this product more efficiently, right? And so the technician goes, oh crap, now he's beating flat rate, the shop's making money. And then let's say a year goes by and one of the locks in the hard case, strips out, or they lose their keys, or they got to rekey the system. How cool is it that there would be a course where, once again, the service writer would tell the technician, hey, you know what? Power Sport Academy's got this course on how to replace the lock cylinders, efficiently, right? How to beat the clock on it. So go in there and do that. How cool if, 50, 60, 80, 100 different companies all committed to saying, hey, we'll have at least 3 courses: how to sell it, how to properly install it, and how to maintain it. And what if everybody made courses and then we had a central location to put that stuff in? That's what the Power Sport Academy is all about. I've already got killer service writer, service manager content in there. I hesitate to brag about how good it is because, someone is going to see it and go, oh, it could be better. It could be this, could be that. And you know what that is? That's imposter syndrome taking its effect on me. I have seen firsthand the quality and the volume of work done to add value to service writers and service managers from multiple brands. And I know that the Power Sport Academy has the best training, period. Like, I know it has the best training. And I know that the results that we get are phenomenal. So I am completely ready to go to AIM and to carry that banner high and far. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. That's that. Now let's talk about something that was really cool yesterday. I'm switching gears in case you haven't noticed. That's a transitional statement, right? Now let's talk about something that was really cool that happened yesterday. Giver Marketing had an online summit, and it was a business summit. So they had digital marketing, leadership, our relationship with God, being yourself, being, how to network on LinkedIn, how to, all these things. Well, I was asked if I could give a talk on business leadership. And, it's flattering. It's really flattering when someone like Tim Morgan comes around and goes, hey, I'm doing a summit. I'm going to have 20 speakers come and talk. I'd really like you to be one of the speakers. Man, that's flattering, right? And, having access to his network and being able to make an impression on people is valuable. There's value in that. So I said, absolutely, man. I'd love to help you out, right? I've known Tim a couple of years, and Stacy is phenomenal on his team. Corey, I've worked with Corey before. we associated in the network, and then we also started to work on a project outside the network. So I got to know Corey a little bit there, and man, I'll tell you, it's what a rewarding adventure that was. It was an all-day summit yesterday. And so I'm busy on Thursdays. I'm really busy on Thursdays. I've got client calls that I do in the morning. I've got client calls I do midday. And then they put me in this time segment between 1 and 3. They said, well, you're going to go live between 1 and 3. And they grouped people into these groups, like 4 people in this group, 4 people in this group. It was really organized. But that meant I had to commit to being online with them from like 12:45 till probably 2:30, right? Actually more like 3. So yeah, it was like they wanted me to be available 1 to 3, but they wanted you to sign in early. So it would have been like 12:45 to 3:00. So I kind of had to commit to that. And I'm not going to lie, Thursdays are hard for me to work around on that. Okay. But again, Tim, Stacy, Corey, these are solid people. And so I want to make sure that I can add value to them. Well, I got on to do, and I'm glad that I was on when I was on. Tim was in the middle of his talk and his throat started going out. Now, I know what this is like. Our Power Sports Roundtable live session is 5 hours long. I know what it's like to go for hour after hour after hour. It's exhausting. And his voice was starting to go out. He was having problems with his throat. And so he said, hey, Kurt, would you be ready to go? And so, it's about half hour early than what I was expecting, maybe 20 minutes earlier than I was expecting. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I've already got the presentation queued. I can go. If you want me to go, I can go. And we just started, and we talked about my origin story and my thoughts on leadership. And folks, I've told you before, I'm working on a book. The working title of the book is Action Leadership from the Edge of the Circle. Action leadership from the edge of the circle. And I got to talk on that subject, and the subject was business leadership, but of course I brought it from action leadership from the edge of the circle, and talked about my book, talked about my thoughts about leadership. I personally believe that everybody is called to a certain level of leadership. Everybody is called. It's not a, hey, John Maxwell's the leader and all these other lemmings are following him. No, he's trying to grow a mass group of leaders, right? And so I started attacking the idea of leadership from, leadership is meant for everyone. And we don't need to put ourselves under undue pressure to become a leader. There are ways to become leaders. It's through action. Action builds influence. And, John Maxwell says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So how does influence occur? Influence occurs through action. So figure out what your strengths are, figure out how you're going to communicate, how you're going to grow, and then how you're going to upload or broadcast your message. And then figure out, what the size of your circle is that you can add value to. Just take a seat at the edge of that circle, focus on your specialty, add as much value as you can to the inside of that circle. And then as time goes, you grow in confidence and you leverage yourself with other leaders on the outside of that circle. And you begin to grow from this circle to that circle, to that circle, to that circle. And that's how things grow and bloom. And yesterday was a working example of leveraging that seat at the edge of the circle. I consider Tim to be, the leader of Giver Marketing, but he was generous enough to share the seats at the edge of his circle with the rest of us that were speaking. So all of us got to pour our specialty into the audience, the group that Giver Marketing supplies. And what's going to happen out of that? People are going to see other people communicate. They're going to see other people contribute, and they're going to say, hey, I've got a group I need to have a speaker at for leadership, or I have a group, or I need a speaker to speak on network marketing on LinkedIn, or I've got someone, that I need to talk to about closing the sale. And it will be because of leading from that edge of that circle that you will get the opportunity to lead from the edge of a bigger circle. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the fruits of that might be. I'm also looking forward to releasing this book. This was the first public talk I gave, kind of centering on my ideas of leadership and how to grow into a position of leadership, even if you don't consider yourself a leader. And the message was really, really well received, more so than I expected. And so for me, pardon me, for me, that is just more added energy and a boost to go, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path. I know I'm doing the right thing. I just got to keep moving forward. I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. I just got to keep moving forward. Right. And it's not about being driven just by myself, but it's about being able to become the leader where people can come alongside for the ride and grow leaders along the way. So I am having a blast. Now, if I could just get my bank account to match the energy, right? That'll be the next step in our life. That'll be the next step that we're moving towards. Folks, I love you all to death. I'm so glad that you come and hang out with me. I'm always shocked at how many of you watch these, listen to these, get the notifications. I'm telling you, I see stats and I see numbers and I go, this isn't working. This is a failure. Nobody's paying attention. And then I run into people at church, at the store, and they go, oh man, I was listening to your Mañana podcast. Really good message. Or I listened to you on this, or I saw this post. And it's weird because it's like the physical results that I am hearing from people don't match the stats that I get when I look at the analytics. But I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for the audience I have. I'm thankful for the leadership I'm able to provide. And I'm also thankful for the mentorship that comes my way through the feedback. And so if you would take a moment, put in a comment, put in a message. If you like the message today, please share it with somebody. Subscribe. I don't see a lot of subscribers. I mean, I think, we're at 56 subscribers now, right? So I was all happy when we got to 54 in December. So we've got a couple more subscribers since Christmas. And, my goal, I want to have 1,000 subscribers so that, YouTube unlocks a couple of extra things when you do that. But, I'm really, really looking forward to what 2022 brings. Like I said, I'm not really big on, hey, new year, new you, new me, new this, new that, but it is, that calendar flipping does kind of earmark the whole, okay, it is a new year. It is a way to measure growth. It is a way to hold yourself accountable. And I'm really looking forward to what 2022 can bring. Folks, we have got a bunch of obstacles that we all have to overcome, politically, socially, medically, all these things. Whether we want to admit to the change or not, all of these things have changed. And we have to, I'm not going to say we have to conform, but we have to adjust our modalities. We have to adjust the way that we interact with these changes societally so that we can find our successes. Remember last year what I kept saying? We need to find the obstacles. We need to find the opportunities within the obstacles, find the opportunities within the obstacles, and find those silver linings. Folks,